All right, y'all. This is the third time I've tried this. All right. And I feel like I'm just going to, it is what it is. Okay. Because there's nothing more that I can do than to move my location. I don't know why my GoPro disconnected from the connection disconnected. But anyway, so sometimes things like this happen. So I do apologize for that. But I guess it's not my fault. It is what it is, y'all. Life is a fight. Life is a battle. Life is not easy. Okay, so I can be seen. Now I'm showing up. Oh, so that's good. All right. All right, so I can be seen. So that's a positive thing right there. Okay, so with all that being said, I don't know, should I turn the light on, y'all? This is totally turning into something else. Oh my goodness. Okay. So I'm turning on the light. And I want to see what the light looks like. I don't know if this is better or worse. I think the light helps a little bit in here. All right. So anyway, y'all, let's just get into the topic for today because I don't want to sit here and keep on rambling, all right, about this freaking setup. It's getting on my nerves. It's irritating, and I can't adjust the lens on this thing. But anyway, I feel like it gives like a clearer image, and I've seen some footage that I've posted that it didn't have that fish eye look, and I can't get rid of it right now. So I'll have to try to play around with the settings and see what I can do about it later. But anyway, while I have a connection, I just want to send a message out to those of you to stay encouraged. I don't know, what could be going on in your life today, what has gone on in your life this week, this month, this year, the past couple of years, past couple of months. Every day is not going to be perfect, but we just have to fight through it, y'all. Some days, it can be very discouraging, very disheartening, to see what people have to go through in life. I've met people that are really going through it, y'all. So just know whenever you think you're going through it, this background is really bothering me, but it is what it is, y'all. Just know that when you think you're really going through it in life, I feel like moving my whole setup again. Hold on. Should I get up and move? I don't even know. I feel like sitting on this bed over here. That's what I think I'm gonna do. So y'all excuse me for a second. All right, so I'm gonna turn it this way, okay? All right. Oh, man, I am knocking stuff over and everything. Oh boy. This is like the worst ever. Okay. All right, hopefully I can be seen. So I'm sitting right here trying to see what I look like, y'all. Okay. I don't know if this is better or worse, but this is what I got going on, y'all. And I'm knocking stuff over. That's my phone, by the way. I'm looking at this on my phone, trying to set my phone up. So anyway, this is just some sheets and stuff that I folded and washed, put on the bed. All right, so that's that. I feel a little bit better, even though I just couldn't get my camera right, but I want to come on here and address y'all because I want to be consistent on this channel. My main objective is to grow the channel and be authentic, and I don't think you can get more any authentic than being on live and messing around with the background and the stuff that I got going on in here. So even though I am distracted by it, hopefully you're not distracted by it. Let me move this. Put this. Okay. All right. Hopefully you're not too distracted by this because it's getting on my nerves, y'all. So you can understand how I feel right now. Heute ist Samstag, y'all. Today's Saturday. I was supposed to have been out the house way earlier than now, but I said I'm going to take time for me. And so I'm leading by example. Excuse me for bending down. I'm leading by example because I'm trying to move these sheets and stuff that I folded and washed. Put it in this chair. what I mean by leading by example is I am taking time to invest into this channel, into this video. No matter how it's turning out, how it's coming out, somebody here is going to find out about me. Some people will like this video. Well, probably not this video because it's all over the place because I'm moving around and stuff. But somebody is going to appreciate the fact that I showed up today to talk to you and to try to give an uplifting word of positivity, encouragement, because people are going through it out here, y'all. There are people that just are suffering. And I don't know why right now my heart feels heavy today. I don't know if it's because I woke up in the middle of the night, couldn't get back to sleep, but I was like, I'm going to send a message out regardless. And I guess maybe this is just a message that weighed heavy on my heart, but it's like my heart feels heavy and I don't like that. I really try not to come on camera and speak when I'm feeling like that. But I said, you know what? You have to have some sort of authenticity, which I am an authentic individual. You can tell by my channel. Excuse me for looking away. I need to be looking in the camera. However, I guess it's just like I feel so inundated with America and with the issues that's going on all around. And I know we can't save the world. I know we can't change everything. We can talk about it. We can do our best to try to fix stuff. But sometimes things are just out of our control, and all we can do is what we can do, y'all. So what I am doing is just working on something for myself before I go out today, working on this channel, working on this message, working on this video. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing. So like if you have a YouTube channel that you want to start, yeah, and then this is what happens, like when I start trying to go live and stuff like that, I start getting text messages from people, and it's distracting. So not that I don't appreciate it, but it's almost like, I don't want to say it's the enemy attacking, but it's like something knows when you're trying to work on something. Something knows like, oh, you're trying to work on a video. Let me disconnect your camera. Let's make it so that you don't get a Wi-Fi connection. And it's like my Wi-Fi is strong, so I don't understand. I had to restart this video 3 times. Then in the middle of me connecting, I got a text message. And then I got another text message just now. And then I didn't like the setup. I didn't like the background. Don't really care for the lighting. It's just all these things. And it's kind of like, how much are you going to persevere through this? How much are you going to push through? Because somewhere, somehow, there's somebody that wish that they had an internet connection. There's somebody that wish that they had a camera or a way to set up a YouTube channel or a way to talk, or a microphone like this, a simple microphone like this. Like there are people that wish they could be in this position, wish they could be in air conditioning, wish they could be in a room, in a house, have a bed, have, multi rooms in their home to start a YouTube channel. So I have to think about it like that, because if we get so caught up in the dynamics of what we don't have, what's going wrong, all these frivolous things, then we'll never get started. There are people that have dreams and goals out there. They have businesses that they've told me they wanted to start. They're scared to get on social media. And I'm like, right now, YouTube is one of the most major platforms across the world. We did some research on it, and this is the #1 way to pretty much be able to touch an audience across the world, y'all, on a global scale. And although I keep telling y'all, also check out my Rumble channel because I do want to grow Rumble. That's Living Legend TV, all right, on Rumble. But like, if you're thinking about doing anything for yourself, please take at least 30 minutes, even though this is setting me back. Take time to build for yourself. I don't care if it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours out of your day. You are worth it to yourself to build your goals. You are worth it. Like your dreams, your aspirations, your goals, your talents, your gifts, abilities, you are worth it. Like you get 24 hours in a day, and you mean to tell me A lot of people are delegating 8 hours to a corporate plantation, 10 hours if you work overtime to a corporate plantation, only for them to tax your check, take out all these taxes that you really don't reap the benefits of, and then your paycheck is reduced by what, 25, 35, 40%, so you're not getting 100% of your earnings. And then they put a limit on what they think you're worth per hour. Y'all, I've done this many, many, many years of my life. And if I could give any advice to anybody out there that's thinking about growing a platform, I don't care if it's YouTube, if it's Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, which I would highly suggest to, start on YouTube. But I know people are very bashful about being on camera or in public. And like I said, you don't have to show your face on camera. You don't have to have people to look at you. You can put up a back screen. You can put up pictures and just speak over the pictures, y'all. But develop something for yourself. Develop a platform where you can reach out to people. I'm just looking on here because I got to see if I can pull up this live stream to make sure I'm doing okay. Actually, I see it right there, so I think I'm fine. But yeah, just do something for yourself. Stay encouraged. There are people out here that are dealing with medical ailments. Fight through it. The title of this video, Life is a Fight. Life is a fight from the moment that we're born. And unfortunately, if you're born into this world being a melanated individual, you're just going to have double the fight in this world, because there are so many setbacks that you have to endure because you are born into oppression. And people like to say, oh, we're not oppressed. You are living in some of the best times ever. That is true and it's false. We are living in the best times ever as far as technology, but as far as unity, we're not. We're not unified at all. Okay, we cannot trust people. You got to be really careful on your job. You got to be careful with your neighbors. You got to be careful with your family. People that you think are your friends are really associates, y'all. And so don't use that term friends so loosely. Even the word love is borderline hate for a lot of people. You got to be careful because it's so many just distractions out here to keep you from your goals. And I feel like sometimes there's a spiritual attack too that goes on. And I feel like the enemy attacks your moods. So you might be tired. You might feel discouraged that day. You might have a down day. You might have had something to interrupt your day. Somebody being nasty and rude to you for no reason, because that's the enemy trying to distract you from your goals. There are so many trying times, and I know people say, oh, just pray on it, just give it to the Lord, just give it to Jesus will fix it. No, it doesn't. Life doesn't work that way. You don't just give it away to God and they'll fix it. You have to work on what you want. Okay, you have to be a willing participant in your life. You have to be the main character in your life, main character energy all day, every day. I'm the main character energy, main character energy, main character energy. Keep telling yourself that. You're not a passive individual in this orchestrated life of yours. Don't let other people dictate your schedule. You control your schedule. Speak up for yourself in every situation, in every aspect. That's something that I had to learn because I'm a more of a laid back personality, more passive, but I can be very passionate. So it surprises people, like if I get mistreated or they're trying to disrespect me in some way, when I react, they're not expecting that because they see me as an easy target, y'all. So I'm not saying you have to be on the defensive, but you have to be very present and you have to pay attention to people's reactions. And it's not so much what they say, it's how they say it. It's the microaggressions. So pay attention to people's body language and their face. Like, emotions that they show on their face when they come into contact with you. A lot of times the tone, the inflection in their voice, that speaks a lot about how people really feel, because people are always trying to cover up their true feelings about you, about a scenario, about a situation. People are really good actors out here. You cannot trust human beings. I trust animals probably more than I trust human beings, because I feel like, even with my cats, they don't come with an ulterior motive. I know that if, they jump up around me, they're not jumping around me or jumping in my lap to attack me. They want my affection. They want my attention. And yes, they can be a distraction too, because every time I try to do a video, like earlier, Prancer came and jumped in my lap, and I'm like, he saw me trying to do something. And so that's how they are a lot of times. Cats are like that. Puppies, dogs, they want your attention. They want it from you, because why? They adore you. They love you. You know that your pet wants your energy and your attention because they love you genuinely. With people, they can say a lot of things, but actions speak louder than words, y'all. Pay attention to the people that you have been there for, people that you will do stuff for, that you're willing to go beyond, and overboard for. And you come into one little tiny situation, you call on them just to see what they say, and now they got an excuse, but they're in the position to help you, or in the position to just do, a favor for you. But now all of a sudden it's an excuse. I pay attention to that. So I treat people accordingly. And when a person shows you who they are, believe them. And sometimes it's hard because we like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, we don't want to believe that this person is this way. No, it can't be. I've known them for this long. They don't seem that way. Yeah. When you feel that, in your spirit, if your spirit is telling you something about someone, listen to it, y'all. You're not over analyzing the situation. Don't let people talk you out of what your gut is telling you. That pit feeling in the pit of your stomach, that nervousness, those butterflies, that shakiness, that queasiness. If you feel that way going around someone, that is your higher self talking to you. That's your spirit warning you. It's just like how animals have instincts and they listen to them. We have been trained as humans to forego those instincts. Don't listen to those instincts. You are being too sensitive. It's not like that. Don't second guess yourself. Don't let people talk you out of what you're feeling or what you're thinking. And just be very logical about it. Take your feelings out of stuff, especially when it comes to people that may be close to you, because sometimes outside people can see what you can't see. So like if they're warning you about someone and you've known them for a while and you're like, nah, this person wouldn't do that. No, they can't be that way. And other people are saying yes, and you're hearing this from more than one person, they could be looking out for your better interest, and you might not even see it because your relationship with that person is tied up the way that it is, and you feel like y'all have a more intimate relationship. And unfortunately, these people that are warning you about this person could be right. It has happened to me. It happens to people all the time, and they overlook these things, and then they end up having regrets, and then they end up dealing with a whole bunch of mess. So to avoid all the drama, to avoid all the mess, just take heed to everybody that's around you. If you feel like you could not trust this person, with your life, don't trust them with your life. You know what I mean? So they're like, for an example, okay, say you have to have a medical procedure done, you have to have surgery done. This person, you want them to come and be there with you. If you have had to question their loyalty or anything about them, you might want to reconsider inviting another person with you for any medical procedures or stuff like that. Because what if you have to depend on this person to take care of you? Or what if you have to depend on this person to drive you from the hospital? You don't know how they might mistreat you. Y'all, I've seen this happen before, and it's very disheartening. People are not who you think they are. A lot of times these people can be living right in your home. You wake up to them every day, see them every day. You just got to be careful that people have a lot of underlying, they have a lot of underlying intentions. So the first thing that you want to think about when you meet people is, okay, what are your ulterior motives? I don't care if it's a female, I don't care if it's a male. You just got to be real careful, because people are very crafty. They're very manipulative, and they're very good at what they do, because this is what they've been probably doing their whole life. They've been this way. So like I said, life is a fight, life is a battle, it's a war. It is a war zone out here, and we can't take our days for granted. So anytime you have extra time, spare time, and if you don't have it, make time for your dreams, your goals, your aspirations. Don't keep putting yourself on the back burner and saying, oh, I'm going to wait till next year. Some people don't make it till next year, and I don't want to speak any negativity into existence, but you owe more to your life and more to yourself than to just be on a corporate plantation wishing your time away. Oh, I can't wait till this 8 hours goes past. What if you had those 8 hours to work on your dreams, to work on your business, to work on things that you want to do for yourself, and you build that day by day, brick by brick, hour by hour, minute by minute, second by second, because your seconds count. People think that time is not as valuable as it is. Seconds it equals to minutes, minutes equals to hours, hours equals to days, days equals to weeks, weeks equal to months, months equal to years, years equal to decades, decades equal to centuries. So every second counts of your life. That's how special time is, and that's how special you are. And you have to look at yourself that way. Sometimes we don't take time for ourselves. We don't take time for our diet, to eat right, to drink the proper water, to get our proper nutrition. But these little habits, they lead to bigger things. So habits have to be broken. Like if you go to the grocery store, you're thinking about stopping to get something to eat. I had to cut out a lot of starch from my diet, y'all. A lot of those Chick-fil-A waffle fries, and I still fall victim to it, but I had to really, really cut back on a lot of food choices that I was making, because whether you know it or not, no matter what size you are, you can be thin framed, petite, starch goes straight to your stomach, okay, because it breaks down to sugar. And I actually, when I got off of meat, I gained weight. And I have pictures and stuff to show it. My weight fluctuates a little bit too, but I gained weight, and I couldn't understand how I was gaining the weight. Y'all, it was the starch. It was all the bread, all the pasta, all the potatoes I was eating so that I would feel fulfilled when I ate. Because when you cut meat out, meat sits in your stomach for days. And it gives you a heavy feeling. So when you cut the meat out,